Now, this match did not happen, as I told you, because Sasha Banks got the vid, or for whatever reason, she was just off the show. They waited until the show up to be like, she ain't here. And instead, Bianca's gonna fight Carmella. As soon as Carmella came out, I was like, they would not disappoint the fans like this. There's gotta be a swerve coming. I was getting a little worried, but there was a swerve. Next thing you hear is, well, the crowd lost their minds. The pop of the night goes to the man, Becky Lynch. Becky walked out like a goddamn champ, looking like the star that she is, the superstar that she is. Crowd was losing their shit. It was amazing. It was great. I was happy. Big smile on my face. She walked to that ring, threw Carmella's ass out, and got face to face with Bianca and was like, how's about we have ourselves a little match? And let me tell you something. I was like, give it to me. Give it to me. Get these girls go 15 minutes, watch them steal the show. I don't even care if Becky wins. I don't even give a shit. It's gonna be an awesome match. Becky's gonna put Bianca over, and she is gonna look like $1 million just being in the ring with Becky Lynch. I was like, hallelujah. Oh, bruh. My energy was up here. And I was like, I was jumping around. I was like, let me show you. This is what I was doing. This was me. So, the match was right there, right? I was like, that's right. Come on. Give it to me. Let's go. I was pumped. And then that bell rung. 25 seconds later, 1, 2. Becky Lynch is now your new three-time SmackDown Women's Champion. Beating Bianca Belair with a punch and a rock bottom. Becky, this is not about you. I'm not gonna make this about you, Becky. I almost turned off SummerSlam when I saw this. This made me so goddamn mad. How anybody could have thought this was a good idea, I don't understand. Who the fuck decided this? Whoever made this decision should never book wrestling again. You single-handedly took one of your brightest stars and you buried her for no goddamn reason. Someone explain to me why we couldn't have a fucking 15-minute match. Just give them a fucking match. They couldn't go 10 minutes? With as long as this fucking show was? You couldn't get them 10? We had to get Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie? We had to have Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal, no offense, but we had to have that match? You couldn't give these girls 10 minutes. Let them go out there, have a classic match, kill each other, give us one of the best performances that would make both of them look great. You had to bury. You had to bury Bianca Belair for Becky. And some of you are going, well, she'll get her match back. It's all right. Nah, guys, like, first off, I hate the people who are saying we're going to turn Becky heel. Yeah, right. Becky's easily the most over female wrestler they've had in decades. You're not going to turn her heel. If anything, the one who's turning heel is Bianca. Because she lost in under 30 seconds. And they're going to remind us that you lost in 30 seconds. You're not the EST. You built her up. You built her up as the EST of all that you see. And then this is what you do with her. I was so pissed off for a couple of reasons. The first reason was, y'all almost got me to hate Becky Lynch. And I hate you for that. I know it's not Becky's fault. Becky didn't want this. And Becky being champion isn't my issue. It's how they got to it. All you had to do was give them a fucking match. And y'all do this to yourselves all the fucking time. You shoot yourselves in the foot with bad decision making, and then you want to go back and try to rectify it. What, you're going to give them a long match on SmackDown or a longer match in the future at pay-per-view? The match is going to be a lot longer. It's not going to matter because you buried her here. It's Bray Wyatt with John Cena all over again. It's Karrion Kross and Jeff Hardy all over again. Her first impression with Becky, she loses in 30 seconds. People are going to remember that. That was awful. Easily, and I hate saying it. The worst thing on this was the worst thing on this entire show. I hated this. I hated it. It was stupid. It was awful. Even the crowd was just like, what the fuck? Like, the air was, you could just hear the air get sucked out of that arena. Because everybody was like, oh my god, this is going to be a great match. 30 seconds later, Becky wins, and you're like, ooh. I hate it. It's like a complete 180. You ruined Becky's return. You single-handedly ruined what could have been one of the biggest returns of the year. You fucked it up. And all they had to do was have a 10-minute match. And some of y'all are going, well, maybe she couldn't have a 10-minute match. Then why is she back? What is she doing back here? Why bring her back? This was a disaster. Disaster of a decision. But that's WWE. They do shit like this on purpose to make you watch more. Oh, we're gonna piss the fans off. And I'm just like, why do you need to do shit like this to make us watch more? It's terrible booking. It's lazy. And it's just not okay. All that work to build Bianca up. All that time she was champion, having these matches with Bayley, having that classic with Sasha Banks. You couldn't give her 10 minutes with Becky before she lost the belt? And now, we'll get to it in a second. We'll get to it. Now the rumors of WWE being racist they've returned. They've returned. They've returned with based off of how they put Bianca in this match and based off of what they did with a certain someone at the end of the show. We'll talk about that in just a second. We're going to get to it. But I was not happy. I was pissed off with what they did with Bianca. I don't blame Becky. It's not Becky's fault. Come back, Becky. I'm not mad at you. Okay, I'm not. Don't be mad at Becky. I don't want to see anybody in the chat talking about fuck Becky Lynch. Becky didn't do this. Becky didn't do this. Becky didn't book this match. Becky didn't do this. WWE did this. Vince did this. Bruce did this. Kevin Dunn. John Laurinaitis, Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. They all did this. I hated it. This is easily the worst thing on the show. This was worse than that Miz and Morrison segment with Xavier Woods, which was already bad enough. Yeah, that match had that segment was on this show, a Raw segment. You know, yeah. This was like I'm ready to go. I'm going home. Fuck this. That pissed me off so fucking badly. I am sick of this shit. That was awful, awful. Give me your thoughts. How you feel about the burial of the EST of all that you see? I'm guessing she turns heel, because she's not going to be a babyface against Becky Lynch. So we have another heel to go up against Becky. Motherfucker, this was not what I wanted. Why couldn't we just send Becky to Raw? Rick, tell you what, let's just say Becky was to have done that in the Raw triple threat. Maybe something happened to one of the girls in the triple threat match. She came out and beat Nikki Ash in 10 seconds. You think I would have bitched about that? Fuck Nikki Ash. The terrible ass gimmick that no one likes. People love Bianca Belair. Should have just sent Becky to Raw. This is why I didn't want her on SmackDown to begin with. I know why she's on SmackDown, because her hubby's on SmackDown. God damn it, man. Now people are going to say Becky Lynch sucks. Great. People are going to start booing Becky Lynch now. Wonderful. Great. Thank you, WWE. Fucking hell. How do you ruin Becky Lynch's return? It was a layup. It was a fucking layup. All you had to do was just give him a fucking match. That's it. And you fucked it up because you're so incompetent you can't see through that. How did anybody look at that decision and go, "Ooh, that's a bad idea"? Fuck y'all. Fuck this company, man. For real.